All right, it is May and we are at the Anoka County Fairgrounds for the Springtime and Sunshine Festival. And this is a 3-day event, May 10th, 11th, and 12th. And before we got started, I actually had to go to the post office and drop off my orders from online from our Etsy at ThinkCutie Studios and ThinkCutie.com. So I'm just packing the little freebie earrings. I do try to put a freebie in a little coupon code for next time before we got ready to go, but our car's all packed up. Afternoon. It is Thursday afternoon before our weekend event. I just picked up my husband. He's right here, and we are going to go get set up the night before so that we can be ready to go tomorrow. And I believe the hours all weekend are going to be from 11 to 7. And the nice thing about the spring one at the Anoka County Fairgrounds is that the admission is free. Now for the autumn one, they were giving away different items such as like a couple pumpkins per person, and they had other items, and there's entertainment and food, and it was really cold. So we're hoping that actually the warm weather, and I was worried it's going to be raining because it was a rainy week, is a little bit better weather, but we're on our way to event and ready to take out all of those things that we are holding onto in the back.
That's right.
All right, we are here at the Anoka County Fairgrounds, and my husband's just getting ready, but I suppose I should probably unlock the vehicle so he can start to get things out. So I'm just unlocking, and then it's kind of give you a tour. Everybody is here, and we're all just getting set up. There's setup time tomorrow, but at the fairgrounds, it looks like, hopefully you can hear me with the music, they're gonna have all of the fairground foods and everything. And the nice thing about this weekend is that the admission is free. Here we are inside, and the space number that we have is different. We were in the other part of the building way through those openings there last time, but we're space number 80. And we're just here with everybody else who is able to come tonight to get set up, but we do a little bit of a dilemma. So there are people next to us. They left an opening for themselves, but we're gonna have to block it because we have to put up our stuff too. So hopefully they can figure something out. All right, we are in our space number 80, and here is what it looks like before. It looks like hopefully our sign flattens out a little bit, but there's our little sign, ThinkCutie.com. And my husband is just putting on the little earring holders for our earrings, and then we forgot some pieces to our grid wall, which would go right there. But this is a smaller space, so we have to adjust a little bit, and we try to be accommodating towards the people next to us, but this is our space. So they kind of block themselves in, and they put the outlet instead of at the end by us. But we have shelving that we need to also have enough space in our space. So we'll see how that works tomorrow. So we try to adjust a few things, and hopefully it will be all right. But here is the before mess, and hopefully I'll be able to show you the after. All right, everybody, it is day number, well, I would say 1 of the actual event. We had set up last night for a couple hours, but we still have some things to finish up to get ready for everybody coming in because we ran out of time last night. And so hopefully an hour is enough time by the time we get there to get everything set up. So here we go for day number 1 of the event, but really day number 2 for us. All right, before we get there, we had to get Starbucks.
We sure did.
So need to get our caffeine for this morning. All right, you can see that we're pulling back into the Anoka County Fairgrounds, and the one nice thing is that we have done this event before, so we are actually familiar with where to park and how to get through the area there. It is quite busy. There was a truck, and you can see as we turn in, didn't know where they were quite going, so we had to kind of wait because all of a sudden they turned on us, and I have no idea why my camera was fuzzy in the distance. I didn't really change any of the settings, but hopefully that will get better throughout the day so we can show you more. They weren't looking, and we just kind of had to wait for them because they kind of did a spun around and then backed up, and we're like, oh, okay, they don't know where they're going. So that's one nice thing about doing consecutive events. Alright, here is what someone would see from their point of view. We just have a few things left to put up, but we finally got the grid wall going, and we have to put the lights in, but you're probably used to seeing this setup, but here it is. We're just getting ready. We have about half an hour close to before the official time begins here at Anoka County Fairgrounds. Alright, here's our POV. The first rush already went through, and it is coming up at 12 o'clock. So we're just getting a few people come in, and we've had a couple sales already, so that is good. Alright, I don't know if you can see how tired we are, but today, day number 1 is ended, and we did make our space back, plus a little bit of profit, and we're just under what we made like last Friday. So we'll see. Hopefully tomorrow is busier. We're at it again, 11 to 7. It's Saturday tomorrow. And then we'll see. Sunday's a shorter day, but overall, we had a couple hours where it was kind of quieter, but then everybody would come in and it would be busy again for the next hour. So I think we did well. We actually got to talk to a lot of people that we've been seeing at different events and just getting to know our neighbors.
Yeah, we might have used up all the profits with all the goodies that
I
we
know,
got
so we bought a lot of like
tooth.
the fair foods, and then we did buy from some of the other people around us who had different kinds of like snacks and treats that we saw. So
no, I'm just joking. We did bring a lot of our own drinks, so
yeah,
that saved us on some money, and we brought snacks, so
yeah,
we got a little smart with that, knowing how we are at events and past events we have done.
And most of the time we share things too, so that also does help. So,
yes,
yeah.
a lot.
All right, we are gonna try to get going, but there's a line to get out of the driveway. So, all right, till tomorrow. Morning again. It is day number 2. It is Saturday of the event. And yesterday we did make back, again, I might have already said this, we did make back our table space, our cost for the event, plus some of our food and gas. So hopefully the rest of the weekend is all profit, and it's beautiful weather again, which we lucked out because it was raining all week. So let's hope that it's busy. All right. Alright, here we are, day number 2, getting ready again. We have all the tarps up. We're a couple minutes later than we wanted to be because there was an accident. But as you can see, there's the front door, and there are people already in here looking around. So we're just trying to get all settled. But yeah, there was an accident that delayed us. So, alright, we're here. Alright, this is kind of behind our booth. But there was huge crowds that are coming in, and it's just really busy. Well, hello, look at, we have some visitors to our booth area. Aren't they the cutest?
We're doing a big investment
here.
at Little Falls.
Hi. Oh, yeah. Oh.
September. So we'll have to probably look over.
Okay, end of day number 2, and today there were tons of people, but at least in our area, which could be totally different from other people who seem to be doing better today than yesterday. I mean, our numbers are kind of low actually for Saturday, and it's surprising considering how many people were actually there, but I get it. There's lots of things to look at, but I feel like we did better yesterday than today, which is unusual. So we'll see. Tomorrow we're there. We thought we were done earlier, and it's until 7 tomorrow, so it's going to be another long day.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right, time to get going home again. We are heading out, and there are long lines actually to get out of the parking lot. So you can imagine there's a whole couple fields. I would say maybe a couple football fields of cars that parked in here. So considering how much traffic there was, it actually was a slow Saturday for us. All right, we are driving out of our driveway here, and we're going for day number 3, our last day. It is Mother's Day, a holiday, so hopefully there's people that want to go out and spend time together and shop on a Sunday. The time is that it starts is 11 o'clock, so it is later in the day, so hopefully that helps. But we thought, again, that we ended earlier, like at 5 o'clock, but it goes until 7. So this is going to be a really late Sunday. We're not used to doing one this late.
Yeah.
Hopefully that helps, and we'll see. Hopefully the traffic equals the number of sales, because yesterday, lots of traffic, but no buyers. So I shouldn't say no buyers, there weren't as many, but still very thankful for all the ones who did purchase from us, that, you know, that we had those. So again, thank you if you did stop by. It was really nice to talk to a lot of people. We got some really good reactions, and also some kind of different reactions as well. So we'll talk a little bit about those later, but we're on our way for day number 3. Right. Hopefully you can hear over the noise. I had to kind of do some voiceover in some parts, and hopefully you can hear me when I didn't voiceover, because I didn't have my microphone, so I didn't do as much recording in there. I was waiting for opportunities, but it seems like when I have my camera out, we were answering questions, and I was just trying to watch and help other people that were looking on the other side of the person. My husband was answering some questions, but I did finally do a walkthrough for you on day number 3, so you could see the other building and what outside was like.
I do have a sign down below. Yeah.
Wow, so the weather out here is actually really warm. We do have some trucks and different vendors outside, as well as face painting. Hi, there's another little puppy. And if we go down here, there are, again, lots of different activities. There's a concert, and then there's also food that is going on. But you can see later in the day it'll probably get busier than this, but there was quite a big crowd going through here. And we'll see who's playing for the concert. But we're outside, so the noise level isn't too bad this morning, but I finally have my microphone, but we'll see if it can actually override the sound. But it looks like there's a concert going on. even have some home decor, and then some sparkly pants. Hi. And then there's different planters, it looks like. And just waiting to get through. It looks like these hallways over here are a little bit narrower. So we'll see if we can get through here. Alright, so the crowd's kind of arriving. There's like a little bit of a lull, but it's still pretty busy. And then we've actually talked to this couple up here. They are also 3D printers that are doing a grid wall type of design. So, but we've talked to them. They're really nice. We've gotten to talk to each other and talk about 3D printing. So that's nice. Always meeting other people. And there's the pillows. We got a coupon from them early this morning in our booth. And it looks like some are kind of closed up today, so we'll see. We had some neighbors that aren't here today, so that's always been interesting. And way in the distance, I don't know if you saw that, but there's also like a little kiddie ride that they have that's going on this weekend. And then there's a kiddie playland, but I was gonna come and see what they have over here. And then I think this might be the area, yep, where the little wagon ride, and it just took off, goes through. But again, all of this was free entry and admission. There might be $6 for the little ride, but here's a little waiting area. And then they have all kinds of food along with all of the different craft and art vendors that are here today. I have the AC running up here. I didn't expect it to get this hot, but it was like 85 degrees in our building. They opened up some windows, but there was no AC, so it was a really hot day. But we had really beautiful weather, if I can talk, all weekend. And our days have been averaging about the same. And thanks to my husband's math, we are about 5x from our cost, so that is actually pretty good. So we did actually make a profit, and yes, we did buy some fair food and some other things that were here. So but we again paid off all of our costs, our space cost plus food, and then there was profit, so that also maybe included some supplies that we had. So all in all, at least we made a profit. Here comes my husband back in. Here he is. I don't know if you can see him. And so it's the end of day 3. It is really late. So the event ended at 7, and we're all done for our event, and now we just have to get ready, because in 4 days we have another one. And so I have to maybe set that up by myself. We'll see how it goes. But I have to go make things, because I'm most out of some of my other items that I created. And had I not actually gone home and created a few more, I would have been completely out. So
this time we lucked out, and we're right next to a cookie maker.
Yeah.
And it was delicious, and we helped them with their Wi-Fi.
Exactly, and she actually gave us a little bit of like a tip and stuff. It was so nice of her. She actually tried to give us extra money and food for helping them out.
Yeah, so it goes a long way in just talking to your neighbor and working out any difficult situations that might arise. And if you just keep a right mindset, then you can kind of overcome challenges that might come up.
Oh yeah, and we've all talked to each other, very nice vendors, and them sharing their experiences and our shows that we're going to be at, so that we can also share which shows are good shows and bad shows. Well, I shouldn't say bad shows, but which shows some people didn't do as well at, so that we're all kind of like helping each other out. So overall, pretty good.
Yeah, at the end of the day, they're all trying to make money just like us, and survive in this economy where things are just difficult, and difficult to run a business. But fortunately there's great tools and services out there that kind of help the journey.
Yeah. All right, that's it for the end of our event. We'll see you
See
later
ya.
on. Bye. Nobody's in the parking lot. We don't have to wait for parking. Hey everybody, it is the day after our event, and we were just at the Springtime and Sunshine Festival at the Anoka County Fairgrounds. And because of the area and that it's at a fairgrounds, I do enjoy going to those. While it might not be one of the highest or the most profitable events that we go to this year, in the fall or in the spring in this case, it's still a place that I enjoy going to just because the fairgrounds are pretty well laid out, and not to mention that they have entertainment. So they had a DJ on Friday, and then they had other music groups playing. I don't know if there's some kind of music combination. It was kind of like a heavy metal day, so there were heavy metal people of all ages playing their songs. And then they also have all the fair food. They have like a little kiddie blow up land. They had little tiny like rides for them, and it was a beautiful, beautiful weekend. We were inside and it did get really hot on Sunday because it was 85 up here, which is unusual. But you know, to go from like 30 degrees to 85, you know, no complaints about the weather for this weekend because it was sunny all weekend. So just really enjoyed that and got to walk around, got to try lots of fair foods and different things. In fact, that's one of the things that we look forward to because sometimes we go to the state fair, but it's not every year, especially if we're busy. So that is again another little treat for us. And we don't buy a ton of food. It is a little bit spendy, but you know, we'll share things together, and so it's kind of like also a budget saver. So we probably got like 1 to 2 things just to try to kind of hold us over. And then I think we're signed up for the fall one as well. It is through the same group, and we've noticed that the profit margins, is this something that you'd want to come to by driving in really far away, or by, you know, flying in? No, you only want to really do this one if you're local. In there, I think previous years, you know, they've had some really, really good years, but again, because of the way things are laid out, I think we notice that sometimes it gets so crowded in there that people just kind of get overwhelmed and they pass by in the aisles, and it takes them a while. But we did have some pretty good interactions. We had some funny interactions. We had a dad who, you know, I was trying to figure out why he was trying to be kind of a little bit weird and secretive, but here he was trying to hide his purchase for his wife. He wanted my squirrel earrings, and we just kind of did it under the table. I actually took them off of my earring rack and hid them because his wife was like right by the end of our space, and so we had to kind of do it quietly, but it took me a little while to catch on to what was going on. So we also had a couple people very thankful to you because you did return. We had some really nice neighbors too. We did have some, I think there was a little bit of spacing like oddities, you know, issues where we all kind of like didn't quite fit our space, but luckily we kind of were able to rearrange things, and some of the people around us didn't need as much. So we worked things out. We helped out our neighbors. For some reason in the building, Verizon wasn't getting service, and the doors were open, but we and other people helped other neighbors so that they could get Wi-Fi. So we turned our phones on so that our neighbors could get Wi-Fi. And we were next to food, this group that I think it was like cookies and cakes and things by Danielle. Oh my gosh, they were so delicious. And this is all she does. This is her living, and just delicious. And we got free cookies because we were helping her. And she also gave us like a little bit of like a tips because she was borrowing our Wi-Fi, so just a little bit of money, and she would not take no for an answer. So again, just very sweet. And she was talking to some other neighbors that we didn't really get to talk to on the other side, just because we tried to walk around. But again, I didn't want to leave my husband too long. There were some hours where I did kind of like just kind of take a break and walk around and vlog and things. But sometimes it was so crowded, the lines at the food trucks were really long. So overall, I've heard mixed things. Like some people didn't do as well Friday, but they did a little bit better than us on Saturday. So I think things evened out as far as what everybody was making. There were some people that had good experiences, bad experiences. No, we've done the fall one last year, and we wanted to try the spring one. Again, very busy because of the weather. But again, not, I don't know, it's like there were tons of people, but it felt like there weren't the sales that should have been happening because of the attendance, weren't maybe, you know, there weren't a lot of like frequent buys. We kind of have like a couple buys and then it'd be kind of quiet. There were some hours that, you know, maybe we had one sale, but it was long days because it was from 11 to 7 Saturday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. And again, but the coordinators are really nice. And spaces were marked out when we arrived. We've done events with them before. So again, we will probably be doing the fall again, but other people have different experiences and maybe didn't have the sales that they wanted. So they're kind of in limbo. They don't know if they're going to do it again because again, these events seem to attract a lot of people, but not necessarily a lot of buyers. And I think that could be a totally different story. Other people could have done great. They could have done way better than us. It could have been somebody who is across from us. Very nice couples that we talked to, or people I think that were in another area, we were hearing that they were not doing well at all. And every time I walked by, their stuff was beautiful. It smelled great. We had candle makers and other like oil essence and other things that maybe they weren't doing that well near the entrance along the wall. But it's hard to tell. I mean, we've all had good shows and we've all had bad shows. And if you've been doing it long enough, you just kind of know. There's some shows where you may not do well. So it's like trying not to get down on yourself and to keep going, and keep trying markets, trying to find where you do better at. That's the thing. So we have been trying ones that we necessarily haven't tried before, just to see what it's like. And it's so different because like our things that we make with our like miniatures and designs, my husband's done a ton of new designs of his own, are helping us kind of stand out. And it's kind of weird because we're borderline. We don't really fit. Well, I would say we fit in the craft market. We also fit in the art market. But I will say we do better at art shows. So hopefully that's the case this week, because at the end of this week on Friday night, Saturday, and Sunday, we are at the Solar Arts Building for Art World weekend, which is huge. Here in the state of Minnesota, Art World attracts, like, it can be 50K plus going through all the artist lofts of Minneapolis that open up. It's a big weekend for every artist who's out there, and we're actually with a group, some of my fellow Polymer Clay Guild members, which will be really fun. And we're also with the NEMA, which is, again, like another art group that is grouping together in the same floor with us. We're going to be up on the 3rd floor in the Solar Arts Building. So we're really excited, but also tired. I could go with what I have right now, but I just want to create a few more pieces, but I'm kind of in a time crunch. I was worried about this. I did sell out. I only have one of my cat shells left, and the only reason I have one is because I made extra during the show this weekend. So I'm really going to have to make some more. They've been really popular. And then there's some of my other ones that I do that are themed. I've redid Sit Sprites. They didn't really go this weekend, but again, everybody stops and they look at some of the earrings. Having a grid wall at the end of our space, big help, because sometimes when there's throngs of people, they don't have much time to look and they can kind of get a glimpse, a hint of what you might have in your space. It's not everything. And my husband and I were talking about maybe sharing our shelving. We've been doing all of my miniature stuff on one side and his 3Ds, but sometimes if they're passing by and they're going all one direction, they don't see everything. So I think what we might do is maybe see that we're integrating our shelving, and we're going to give that a try. And the weird part is like my husband created these beautiful like 3D printed keychains. I love the way that they look, and we've tried them at different price ranges. We did a Mother's Day special this weekend, but they're not selling as well as we thought they would, and they're so cute. Every single person that walks by picks them up and looks at them, so we don't know why it's like not converting, but that's something we'll have to keep exploring because they're adorable. He did a cat milk carton in like a rainbowy color, and then he did these beautiful little tiny strawberries, and they're his own designs. We did hear a couple people that had comments that maybe weren't kind, like you should maybe not say those things out loud, because we heard some people saying, oh, those are 3D printers, you can get those in stores. But we have to like put up better signage for our own things, because there's a huge difference. Almost, I would say all the other people that were at our event, they are using licensed work, meaning they're not creating their own designs. My husband creates his own designs. He also creates my little miniature like furniture and other things. So he's not licensing like other people. We do have some licensed from like Flexi Factory, but that's a very small amount. That's what he started with, and he's doing his own design. So it's really kind of like a step, I would say a step up in terms of creation. So but again, we met some really fun people, had some funny situations. We had some people that were so kind, and they returned after they said they would. Usually when we hear that, we know that they won't be back. So thank you so much to those who did return and come back, and they actually purchased something. And yeah, hopefully this weekend is a lot of fun. Hopefully that we can actually both go around in the art lofts ourselves at certain times and take a look, but it might be packed, might be jam-packed. So I'm just hoping for good weather again. And to wrap it up, I know I don't give exact numbers. I hope that you're not disappointed by that, but maybe later on, and I've been holding out on creating kind of like a separate Patreon channel. That's something that we can talk about. Let me know if that's something that you want to see. But I will say that per day, we did about the same on Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. And we did make over $1,000, which for a first time event, not knowing how it's going to go is good. The entry fee was around $200. So all the rest of that, minus some food, we did still make a profit. And to me, to make a profit at a new event where you have no idea how it's going to go, is good. And same thing with this weekend. We're in a brand new building. We have no idea how it's going to go. So if I make any money because our table fee was so low, I will be happy. But again, yes, we'd always like it to be more than that, and we are kind of looking for ways to improve maybe some of our aesthetic design and our designs that we're making. But again, for a first-time event, not knowing anything or how it would go or what the attendance is going to be, I'm happy. But the only thing is like, per the number of people that visited, I felt like there should have been more sales, but I'm not going to complain about the ones that we did get because I know that there were people that did not do as well. I just hope that they keep going and that they are busy. And here's a tip. If you are at an event and you are looking at like placement, if you're by food or something that's kind of like food related or other things where it's like you're by other people that do really well, try to see if you can get a spot by them, because there's always a constant flow of traffic. People will always spend their money on food at these events, and it brings over traffic. So that's all that we have. Thank you again for watching and for following us. And I know we got some new Facebook followers and Instagram followers as well. And you'll see us in our next video for Art Whirl. Bye, everybody. Thank you everybody for watching, and we will be at Art World this weekend, May 17th through the 19th, 2024. There's the hours posted, and I had the wrong building, so please note this is at the Grain Belt Bottling House in the atrium. And hit that bell, like, and subscribe. Thank you everybody who stopped by and purchased from us. We will see you to another event, and follow us for more, because here's a lineup. We just got into Little Falls, Minnesota Craft Fair, which is a big one up here in Minnesota. So we will see you again, and we will try to record the event for you as well.